Okay, so all right, so I've started. So please just let me know what you actually want me to do on this. Let me know what you want me to look at and all of those things. Then I can proceed through going through it, and then we'll now look at effecting some changes.
The way that place is now, that's it is a virtual assistant. Is it okay like that?
Okay. So this what exactly is this? Is it like a portfolio link or like introducing yourself, something like that?
Portfolio sort of.
Okay, more or less like a portfolio. Okay, I have something more or less like a micro brief that introduces you, your personality, and all. I can send you a link of it after. I will still walk you through it by the end of this, but let me review this one we currently have. This is your own. So let me look at it and then tell you one of the things that I feel is good about it, and then some things I feel you need to change, you need to work on. So I'm just going to do like a quick browse through and a quick look through. This is like your title page, like the front cover page. Okay, so this one. Now, one of the things I am noticing here is like the texts. The texts are too much, and you know, in terms of design, I don't know what this is or what is doing. This is doing here, but in terms of design, overall design, this isn't really the best template for this. The black is kind of heavy. It's too much unless this is kind of like your brand color. But I always tell people I don't normally go for strong black. That's the hex code is FFFF. Okay, this isn't strong black, but it's a bit strong. I normally go for dark gray for times that we want to design black, right? So that's what I normally do. Okay. This is okay, but you can see this is kind of moving out. Don't worry, probably when we are done with this, you understand where I'm taking this in terms of your design. I don't know if this, what were you working from scratch or you use the template?
I use the template, but I didn't return anything in that template now. Nothing was written apart from the background, lab background.
Okay, most times I
Deleted
don't
every
know.
other.
Okay, maybe I'll use this opportunity to also show you how to work on templates. Look at this. You can see that this is off. This was like this, and some text were hidden behind this, and I believe it should be like this, even this. So I think you moved it up because this one is missing. Now there are different ways you can correct this. You can scale it down, right? But it now makes the type font you are working with smaller. So I would undo that. I would undo the scaling and still leave it. So probably I'll come back and touch it. This is also, a bit off in terms of design aesthetics. So I think while thinking about this, this scale seems like much. So, and there's no call to action page. So one of the things we can do is we can work on this. I have that urge to work on this from scratch, but I also have that urge to also show you how to work around a template. So probably let me see how fast I can be. So I'll show you, we'll do a quick edit on this. So which color do you want? Do you want your brand color to be this? For me, I might kind of tilt towards this darker blue here. So I don't know if that's what you would go for.
It's okay.
Okay, so if we are going for this darker blue as your font color, then a lighter shade of blue won't be bad for the background. So it's going to pick pictures, colors from the image. There's one blue I'm picking up from here. Yeah, this. So what I'll do is I'm going to copy the hex code for this. I don't know why I can't see where the color is because I want to edit this particular color, but I can't find it here. Even on that document color, these photo colors, I'm looking for document color. I don't know why it's not there. It's probably to edit this picture itself, but I'm trying to pull out this. because I like the way this is. So what I'll do is let me highlight this and change it over here. Let's pull out colors from here. It's still not giving me what I'm looking for. Now for this, for your image, you might not be using a pro account, but I'm using a pro account. So hopefully my subscription is still there.
Okay. Because sometimes when you click on certain things, it will, like when I wanted to like hair, it was this will pop up. If I
Yes.
want to change certain things, this will pop up. I'm meaning that I need to upgrade for them to
Yeah.
allow it. Mm.
Okay,
Just give
what's going on is that my account,
subscription.
yes. What is it called? What is it called?
Subscription has expired.
Yes, I think mine is on hold. Uh, yeah, let me go back and do something. Let me go back and do something. Let's see. Let me see if I can beat around it. Let me do this. So I want to make a copy of this. Okay. So I have a copy of this. So let me see if I can walk around it. I'm trying to see. I know I have my subscription is still on hold, but I think I can work with it for the meantime until I renew my subscription. So I don't know if it's because you shared the document with me and you don't have a pro subscription. That's why I can't walk around this. So let me see. Okay, I think it's going to work. It might work for me. Yeah. Let me see. I think it's the same thing. So probably I have to renew my subscription. Yeah, so I'll have to renew my subscription. So there's no need to. I actually wanted to like do that. So let me remove this. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's continue. So what you can do what you can do for this one, this is what I'm going to do about this. I'll drag this over here. Since we are still working with these templates they have here, what I can do is you come to elements, grab a frame, just type out frame. Let's work with a circle frame. And let me see if I can do circle with gold. Let's okay, these ones are pro. I mean, I would have really loved to do something, but there are pro graphics frame. Let me see all the frames that are available. Okay, let's work with this. Let me go for something simple. Let's work with this. So I clicked on it once and it came out here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So if you can see the red line that is appearing on the screen. That's Canva trying to guide you around the design area. So one of the things I'm also going to do is, like most times when I start working, is I come up to this place, file, and then I come to settings and I click on show ruler and guides. Now the reason is because I love aligning all my designs. I'll give them room for it to breathe. So once I've done that, I'll click on here and I'll look for rectangle or square, anyone. So once I click on it, it's going to create a rectangle for me. And I think I would use this particular rectangle. So while I'm scaling it up, it's going to show me the dimensions. So I want to make sure that it's probably roughly around maybe 100 by 100, right or about there. Sometimes I do 50 by 50. So 100 by 100 is right around there. I'm not trying to be perfect, but let's work with let me just work with 101. So what I'll do is I'll take this square, then I'll align it here. Most times I like opening up this position, and then I would click on top left and it will align this for me. I'll just drag down this ruler to the bottom of this, and then I'll drag out this one just to this place. Then I'll click on bottom and then right to align it to the bottom and then the right. Then I'll drag out this particular one and then place it here, and then drag out a ruler from the right and then place it here. So this, once I've done this, I can now delete this square because I don't really need it. So that's what I normally do. I'll just delete it because I don't need it. So I now have my guide. This is kind of like my design area where I want my design to breathe. So I'll come here to file, and then I'll come to settings, and then I would lock guides. So that in that way, I wouldn't mistakenly shift this. So it becomes part of the canvas. The canvas, by the way, is like this whole area where we are designing. It's called the canvas. So if I click on plus, the plus sign here, it's going to bring up a new canvas. So this is it. It's a blank space with our default color. So I don't really need this. I mean, I'll use it much later, but I would prefer to copy and paste. So I'll just delete it. Then I'll come over here. You can see that this ruler that I created in the first page have been applied across all the other pages. So it's going to guide my this. Yes, so that's what it does. So I'll just pull up this and I'll put it here. I can follow these arrows here for me to align it. This is, by the way, it's showing me that this picture is centered in the page. That's what the line is. Now, the horizontal line shows you that it's centered in the other middle of the page. You can see here. That means this line that is crossing up and then crossing horizontal shows that this picture is in the middle of this page. So from all the areas, it's in the middle. But I don't want it to be there. So I can hold down Shift and drag it across so it will maintain that straight line. So I want it to be here. So what I'll do is I'll copy this and I'll put it inside this frame. So this picture, all I had to do was drag it. And then if I double click, I can scale and I can unscale. I can move it around however I want to. And I can scale it and then still keep moving it. I can even rotate this picture just like this. I can bring it down and it will be something like this. So I can now choose, I can even choose to edit the picture to make it black and white. Come over here, I think under edits, the picture itself, look at edits here. Click on edits and I can edit this picture to make it black and white. So, but that's not what we are going for, right? So we have this frame. If I don't really like the color of the outer layer of the frame, I can choose to change the color. I'll come over here. I can make it a darker green. I can make it a lighter shade or whatever. Then for this background, let's still make work with this is a bit jarring to the eye. This black, I don't really want to do black. Okay, so let's see right around here. So right around here is like so right about here is like a healthy one. I can decide to like check if I can find other colors that match. I think this one. We can also do like a gradient. Can also do a gradient where you can do something like this or something like this. Then we change this color to probably this side, or maybe another color altogether. Then reduce the transparency. We can move it to this other way. You get, so these are just different things that you can do. I'm just trying to be fast so that time doesn't catch up on us. But let's leave it as solid color. Now, one of the things I'm going to do to bring this design to life is, okay, let's work with something around this color. Then this one, obviously, I'm going to just add some I'm going to probably add some elements to this. So why this is here, I'll show you. This is another. If you click on position and then click on layers, you just drag this down right beneath the frame to give it another, to make it pop up like a different design on its own. Then we can rotate it a bit. Yeah, can just rotate it a bit. Then we'll come up here to change the color. Let's make the color this, and then let's change this to a lighter shade, maybe something like this. And then let's reduce the transparency to right about there. Let's make it 70. So that now is giving the page kind of a facelift. So I'll come up here and then I'll type sparkles. Let me type something like sparkles and see if I can get some graphic elements. Yeah, so these ones are pro already. So let me see if I can get some elements that I would add. Okay, let me do background texture instead. Okay, I think I can get something here. All right, so let me use this one. Let's use this one. Okay, so this is it. So all I have to do is to scale to fit this. So it might not make sense now, but it's called a texture for a reason. So I'll drag it down to here because I want it to stay right above. Then I'm going to change the color. And then once I've changed the color, I'm also going to reduce the transparency. So it just gives it like, it just makes the background not so plain. Then for this is where you now have to like start walking around. So you want to go for fonts that's kind of, you know, a bit foreign. Poppins is a good one. Let's do.
Where did you get that from?
You click on this place. So like here, if you click on the text, you look at this page. This stuff is called your I think it's either information pin or so. Forgotten what it ribbon. It's like a ribbon, a floating ribbon. So it changes depending on what you click. So if you click pictures, it's going to have different options. If you click this these graphics here, it's going to have different options. If you click the text, totally different options. So I want to click the font. I want to change this color to pure white. I think I want to change it to pure white. So if you click on this, click on whatever that is written here. So here you are seeing Public Sans. If you click on it, you can choose different fonts. we can choose this. I don't really like that one. I think this Proxima Nova, this is a font I like. I would change this to that as well. And then under this, I want to make this one a bit light or regular. Then I'm going to stretch it out. So because I want it to be a single line, then I'll reduce this. Then I'm going to make this bold. Yeah. I'm going to make it bold. And then this one will be right around here. So if there's any other thing that you want to add, sorry. So if there's any other thing that you want to add, you can always add it there. Yes, if there's any other thing, maybe your portfolio, or maybe I would still give you a template that you can edit that would make the work a bit easier for you. So as we have this, I think I changed the color of this and I didn't have the opportunity to apply it across all pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this position, select the background itself, and then I would kind of want to change the background color. Let me see if it will ask me to change all. Yeah. So look at it, it's asking me to change all. I'll click here and it's going to change all these other what is it called? All these other pages. So it's supposed to, it will change the colors to this. So I don't know, that's kind of, yeah, it didn't work. So let me try it again. Okay, so I will have to do that manually. Let me do that for this.
1-1.
Yep, okay, yeah, it just worked now. So I didn't have to like do it one by one. So we have this color here is actually matching this particular stuff we have here. Like for me, most times what I normally do, especially for names, is having everything in all caps doesn't give it that visual aesthetics. So what I do is do something like this and then kind of scale it up. And then for this, I would change it to light because this is not giving me what I want. Yeah, this is a bit better. And I might just reduce the font. Okay, and yes, the alignment, I'm always okay. This is aligned correctly. So I can do something like this to allow this to match with this design here. Right, because I want so that it will be with this line. I can select the line, then hold shift and select this, then come to position, come to arrange, and then I want to center both. No, sorry, not that. Align them. So I can now shift this down. So that way both of them have this what do I call it? Like they are center aligned. So I can hold it and move both of them down. So I want this to be right around here. Then I'll leave it and then I'll bring down this one. So in that way, there's this design aesthetics is already given the page. You get. So
appeared like complimentary card.
Something like that. Then you can now write maybe my portfolio somewhere here, or portfolio or anything you want to write. But like this is okay. So you can see that we have something much cleaner than what we started out with initially. So for this, I don't really know what it is. So what I can do is I can just reduce the transparency. I don't really know what it is and what it's doing. Let me see. Okay, I think it's a design element. Then let me make it darker. Let's see. So let's drag in this texture, or we can leave the texture on just the front page, or if we add it to the next ones, we can further reduce it. So let's do something like that. This is the texture. So I'll just press Ctrl C. It will copy it, and then I'll press Ctrl V. It will paste it across here, and it's on top. So I'll just drag it down, and then I'll click on the next page, press another Ctrl V. It's on the top. You can see how it just adds that little, okay, probably reduce it a bit to, oh, it should be on top of here. I don't know what this is. Let me see what this is. Okay, it's just that line. I don't know what that doesn't seem to make sense. Oh, okay, I've seen what it is. I've seen what it is. It's like a circle. I've seen what it is. It's like we don't really need it here. So I can delete this. So let's make it a little bit, maybe 15. Let's make this one 15 as well. So just like that, you can see that it's almost the same thing that I'm doing for all of them. Paste it, drag it down right above this, and then reduce the opacity a bit. So even after we are done with this, colors, changing color is not an issue, right? Because we can always change the color and then effect it across board. So I can copy this just to give the design like that flow. Then paste it in, rotate it a bit, drag it up to the top corner, or maybe around here.
Is it the whole picture that I copied?
No, not the picture, just this other one. I think it's
that design.
it works better here. So I can even drop it down. So it's just like give it something like to just make it cut across board. Okay. So that way it's not, you can see it's not too overwhelming, but it's also not disturbing the design. So we have this. Okay. I can choose to leave this one here. Okay, maybe add another version of it right around here. Sorry. And then I will rotate this. Then I'll scale it down. And of course, okay, so we have one here. Okay, let's make this even bigger. It's going to be like a discovery call. So it won't have to be as long as maybe in 30 minutes, max 45 minutes, you are done.
Okay.
But even if you are using Upwork, like because Upwork has this way that they linked to Zoom. So if you schedule a meeting on Upwork with someone, it lasts longer than 1 hour. So if you can even talk with the person for like 2 hours, because Upwork does the payment, like Upwork pays Zoom for this, I think it's pro subscription. So more or less, it's like a meeting platform for them. So once you get a session, maybe you have a meeting with someone on Upwork, and then you guys schedule a meeting, it's going to last for as long as it can, and it's always recorded. Okay, most times you have to either schedule a recorded meeting or non-recorded meeting, but it's always good to schedule a recorded meeting, because there's this time that I was working with one client, or rather we had a session. So we agreed on pricing, and the person came back later to say, oh, this was not the price that we agreed though. And I told them, well, I don't know if you misunderstood what I sent to you, but according to we agreed this over the call session, right? I don't know, maybe he thought it wasn't recorded. So I now went back to the call. I found a timestamp on the call where he agreed to the price. And I told him, okay, listen to the call, please make out time, go to the conversation that we had on the recorded session, which has also been sent to you. At around so time, this was what you agreed. Around so time, this was what you said. Around so time, this was what I responded to you. And about so time, this was the agreement that we settled for. And after this time, we didn't discuss anything about pricing. And he was like, that he now understands and all of that. I think he was trying to play me or something, you get. So most times,
Yes.
most times it's always good to have like a recorded conversation like that. It helps you, with some back and forth headache. So that's one of the things that I've learned. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah. So what we have here, for this particular page, I want to move this over to this side and then have this skill here. And I'm going to scatter or stagger this skill, because right here is looking like it's too much. So what I will do here is I'll select this, then I'll select this. I'm holding down Shift, by the way, and then I'll select this. So, sorry. Yeah. So I'm holding down Shift. I think I selected the wrong thing. This, and then this. So I will first of all press Ctrl G to group them, because I want them to be one single element. Then I can now drag them, or I'll hold down Shift and tap on the left key to move it across the page. Press and hold it down. So I want it to be here, right on this line. This is our border line. That is why I want it to be. Or I can still move it across this way, maybe somewhere here. I don't know. Let me leave it on that line first. Then I'll bring down skills to this place, maybe somewhere around here. Because of that line, I'll give it like a healthy negative space. I'll drag down this because I don't really need. And one of the things I love doing is I just like making everything small letter. And remember, this particular font, we've changed it. We changed it to, what was it we changed it to? We changed it to, I think it's Proxima Nova, yes. And we're using Proxima Nova. Let's use bold. So I'm going to change all font to that. So it's going to change everything to Proxima Nova just at the click of that button. So you can see that all these other ones have been changed. Can see them, everything has been changed to Proxima Nova. So this is what I want. This is what I want. This is where I want it to be. So we have this first one already settled, and we have this. We have this. So let's proceed with this. This one I've settled this. I will now come to this later. So let's take it one step at a time. So this step, first of all, we have everything here, and then we move over to this. Okay, same flow. So this is a change of flow. So I think this is what So let's place it on top of that line. Let's take it up. So you can see now that the line serves as a guide. So for all these other ones that are not on the line, so I want to bring them on the line. Same thing with this. I want to place it on the line. So in that way, okay. So, but I intentionally left this like this. I don't want it to be on the line. So, I'm thinking, okay, I know what I'll do. Let me do something like this. Now, since this is the cover
page.
Yeah.
First page. Title page.
I want to do something like this. So I'll hold this place. I'll hold down shift and then I'll drag it out, maybe probably right around where the A started. I wanted it to be close. Let's leave it here. Okay. Yeah. Makes more sense. Maybe I can bring this down a bit. Maybe probably around there. And then I'll align the E to start on the line. So there's no need to extend this. Let's leave it here. Okay, so I think this is better for me aesthetically. And about me, public sans. So I'm going to change every public sans to Proxima Nova bold. Change all. And better. So I would move this up to right about here.
So you don't need to select it if you want to change. That's the font style.
Why I'm doing that is because I don't want to like keep editing it one after the other. So if I do this, it's going to change it for all of them. So I don't have to be doing it one after the other. But most times it might skip them. So that means I'll have to come back. The ones that is skip, like this one is Proxima Nova, this one is Proxima Nova. That's like each document, for instance, it might have, okay, this one is Proxima Nova. Most times, this is AI. It might not get all of them. So there are some that you might still have to do by yourself. Maybe I changed it initially. So what that change all does is, if this font is Proxima Nova, I'm telling Canva to change everything, every font that is, let's say this font was originally Calibri. So I'm telling Canva to change every font that is Calibri, change it to Proxima Nova. Right. Now, if I have a font in the document that is, let's say the font is maybe Sans, Open Sans. Or Times New Romance, yes. Now, it won't change that font to Proxima Nova because the font is Times New Romance, so it will identify it. But if I go into that font and I select it, and I say, okay, you know what? Change every font that is Times New Romance, change it to Calibri. It's going to change all the fonts that is Times New Romance to Calibri. If I say, okay, change it to Proxima Nova, it's going to do that as well, right? So it changes, for instance, for everywhere you have an instance of this, it's going to change it to the other. So if, for instance, this color that is here, if this color is the same thing with all the letters, if I say change this color on this document to blue, everything that has this color will automatically change to blue. Yeah, so that's how the whole change all works. So this, I want to make it the size of this. So because this is like the standard, so this is 62. I'm going to make this 60 to have like a round number. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to change it to 60. Then drag this out like this. So that's a healthy about me. Let's leave it right about there. Then this one, I'm going to bring it up. If you can see, there are some small alignment stuff that happens. So for this, we are going to let it run through. And then I'm going to drag it down a bit to center it. Okay, I'm looking at it. I've passed the center. I think, okay, this is stressing me. I'll just come over to here, position, and then arrange, sorry. And then I'm going to click on this to center this and click on this to put it in the middle. That's what I want. Then I'm going to move it over here. Sorry, by the way, holding down shift. Okay, I think that. And for this, since I'm looking at it, I'm just going to center the about me. So one of the things I'm seeing now, visually is it's trying to align this together with this. But if you look at this design, this kind of looks like where the work starts from. So most times I'm going to align it with this. So if I want to do it by hand, I can do it just by dragging this around, maybe probably here, right? But if I also want to do it by using a structure, I can decide to bring in a triangle. Let's say I'll bring in a rectangle. So it's here. And I'm going to move this rectangle up till it aligns to this. Then I'm going to move it till it aligns to this. And I'm going to move it down till it aligns to this. And I'm also going to do the same here. So I'm going to have like a rectangle that kind of gives me what I want. Go to position, go to layers, drag down this rectangle just right beneath here. Select this, and then also select this. Okay, so I should use Control to click away from this. So I've selected these three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to align them under Arrange. I'm going to center, and I'm going to, okay, sorry, I made a mistake. So I'm going to, I can group this. Okay,
when you selected that rectangle, yeah, you used it to cover that text.
Yeah, I know.
What did you click for the text to come up?
Okay, for the text, I clicked on position, and then I clicked on layers. Then I dragged it. That time it was here. So I just dragged it down to this place. Look at the text. Look at the about me. You get, so I just dragged it down. So most times what I normally do is I arrange everything I have on my page or order of hierarchy. About me and this will be on the top. Then this circle, you see, it's being covered by this. So I'll bring it on top. Then I don't know why this is not coming. Okay, so it's at the top now. So once I have it at the top, the next thing I want to do is I want to drag, I think this is the line. Okay, there's a line, the one above. So I'm going to take it up as well. And then you can look at the design if it makes sense with the line. If it doesn't, you just have to delete it. All right, so I have this above. This one. Okay, this is this. This one is our layered stuff. Let me see if I add it here. It doesn't really look fine there. So these are things that you have to like check and then know how to play around with your, this one is this. So most times what I do is I lock some elements that are kind of the foundational base on this. So I get to like lock them so I don't mistakenly play around with them. This one is, I can't really tell what that is. So let me do something. It's 4. Okay, there's a huge circle right around there. So let me see if I delete this. Sorry. Okay, so that circle does not shine as part of our design. So you just have to like delete it. This one is this line here. I can just decide to lock it. Anything that is part of your design, like your layout. One of the things I do is yes. One of the things I do is I just lock them once I'm done with it. So I've removed the square that we added. We used to align this. You can see that this is in the center. The center. Then this is proximal nova, but I want to change this to light. I want to change this to light. It's on regular, and then I don't think there's any font that is on regular. So if not, you would have told me to change from regular to light. So I'll leave this. I can drag this over here, or let me leave it right about here. It's better. Okay, so this one is what we have here. It's a resourceful and detailed administrative assistant with a strong track record. Okay, let me. This is kind of better here. Okay, so I think 60 doesn't really cut this out for me. Let's say 70. Okay, I think 70 is about it. And let's just make this one 30. I like working with round numbers. Okay, 30. Let's see. Okay, so one of the things I'm noticing. All right, so this is okay. So one something I can do is I can choose to duplicate this. I don't know if okay, I might leave it. I might leave it because it's looking like so what I'll do, I'll just add a circle here and I'll change it to white. And I'll use it to do what I want to do. So I'll drag it over to this place. And then I would zoom in a bit so that it doesn't mess up my mouse. So I would come here, then I'll hold down alternate and I'll click and drag and hold down shift so that it's on a straight line. And then I'll do the same thing again, hold down shift so that it's on a straight line. Yeah. Then I would select
bullet point.
Yes, bullet points. So I'll select the three of them and press Ctrl G to group it. And then I would come to position and then I would align it. So this is it. I'll just bring it down to right about here. And then I'll bring down this to right about here because that's where I want it to be. Okay. So that solves everything for me here. For this, I think I'm done with this. There's nothing we really want to work on it unless we want to. Okay.
Not circle. Where did you see it? Where did you pick the circle?
From the circle. Okay. See what I would do. Sorry.
We use as bullet.
Okay, now the circles, how I came about, let me change this to white, sorry. So the text, click on this A here, text color white. So the circles, how I came about it was I clicked on elements, and then this is already a circle. I've used it before. If not, I'll just come here and I'll type circle, and it will show me the circle. If I click there and add, look at it, and I change the color to white, you get. So that was how I got the circle. So this first page done, second page done. So we'll move over to the third page. So what I normally do is for this, I can decide, okay, since this page has something similar to this page, I'll just duplicate. Okay, they are kind of different. They're kind of different because I'm seeing a layer here and I'm seeing the other top layer. So what I'll do is instead of duplicating things, this is professional projects, right? I can just delete it, come over here, and then I'll select this, and then I'll just select this, Control C, and then I'll come over here and then Control V. But then everything is now looking so crowded, right? So first of all, I'll drag out this. I'm going to use it. Then I'll push this one right about here, because I think this is where it gives me that ick. So that's professional projects, right? Then we already have it here. So all I have to do is to drag this out. Yeah, so it's like this. So I want it to be a one line. Then I'm going to keep this here first. I will need it later. And this also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this right over here. I'm going to select this. I'm going to Control X, and I'm going to paste this into this place. And I'm hoping that it takes. Yes, it did. So it took everything 30 Proxima Nova. So that solves the problem. So I'm going to remove the bullet points. And I'm going to change this to italics, because it's kind of a job that you did. So this is it. I'm placing it here. And one of the things I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the font color, and I'm going to change it to this color that we've been working with. So, and then I'll push it down a bit. So it aligns there. And I'm going to still do something with it. So this particular case scenario, so for this, I'm going to change to Proxima Nova. Let's make it 45, and let's make it bold. Then let's change the color to white. And I'm going to change the, to the alignment. Sorry. So this date, I know you were trying to say 2023 to 2024. Yeah. So I will do something for that instead. I will put this right around here. Okay, so I think 45 is too much. Let's make it 35. Let me see. 35, kind of small. Let me make 40. Okay, 40 is okay. Now, this stuff that I have here, I'm going to change the color. It's a group. I'm sorry. Let me change the color and then change the color of this. Oh, it's changing the color of the text. This is where I'm supposed to do that. Sorry. Let me group it back again. Change the color. I think this from here. And then, oh. So I'll change the color from here. No, it's not. It's just.
You know, like the other one, you use that page to do it, but you carry that page to this one and
I can't.
around this one.
No, it's still the same thing. I know it's looking kind of scattered and all. Like for a beginner, I would just advise duplicate the page and then work your way around it. But you know, we've already worked on this. We've added this bubblish thing here, and then we've added another one here. So I didn't want to change the flow, and I don't want it to be the same design with this one. You get? So that was why I said, okay, let me leave. Even speaking of which, I think I like this bubble. Let me leave it. I don't want that one to have a lot of things. So we have this one here, and we have this. So what I want to do here is I'm going to first of all change this to italics. Okay, time. And the year, this one was 2023, but so this is what I'll do. Yeah, this one
to 2024.
Yes, so
2025.
yes. So what I would do, don't worry. I would work with this 2023. I'll add it here, and I would move it to this place. And then I'll move this up to align with the date. Then underneath the date, I would do alternate and drag this out. And then I would edit it, Control A, and I'll write 2 years.
Okay.
Then I'll press Control A again to select the text, and I'll change the color to white.
Sit down.
So it's just a design hierarchy thing. So see here, I made a mistake because I was typing in black. So I would carry these 2 years that I have here, and then I'll just put it right underneath this place. And I will change it to left aligned. So you see, he entered there. So what I'll do is select this. Okay. Push it down to match with this. No, I want it to match. And then this one is better here. So with this, I will duplicate this page before I proceed to do anything else. So I'll click here, and then I would duplicate. And then I'll come back to this page, click on this, and then delete because I don't need it anymore. So this, I actually want to make this a bit bigger since it's now living on the page alone. Okay, then for this other one, I just want to kind of space it out a bit. So probably I'll do this. For this one, I'll press enter, and then I'll press enter as well because I want to give it room to breathe. So once I do this, I might have to like reduce the font a bit. Okay. So, okay, I will extend this out. Exactly. So it gives me that space, like the space that I need for me to do this. So what I will now do is I will shift this over to this, and then I would copy this. Oh, sorry. So I'll copy this. You know, we already have these circles outlined. So once I copy it over, I would ungroup them. So I'll align it with the text. So for this one, I'll hold down shift and then push it down a bit. I'm right about there. It's okay. Then for this one, the same thing. Okay. And then for this one, we'll do the same thing. So you can see that as I'm moving it around, Canva is kind of giving me this, will I say, guides to help me align it better. So I'll do Control G for that, and I'll also group this and this together to make them one. So it's one. So if I want to move it around, it's not going to be something difficult for me to move around. So I think having them right around here gives me that space that I'm looking for. Or better still, let me move it over, because I feel I'll hold down this. Let's see, because I feel it's going to breathe more. Yeah, right around here. Okay, so with this now, we already have, with this professional project in bold, I really don't want this to be bold. So let me try to, not that. Okay, it's 47. I'll just make it 48. So let me try to make this, let me see, regular. It doesn't really shine. So let me make it bold. Okay. What I would do is, for this, I would leave this bold. I'll make this regular. And then I'll make this light. Then I might even italicize these two, just to highlight the difference in this. So the industries, and this is it, 2 years. So the other one is 2025 ongoing. So I will duplicate this page because I have a better design with this page. So I will just duplicate it. And then so I can, what I would just need is to copy this, Control X on this, because that's the only thing I need. And then I would now paste it into this page. Okay, so you have this for this. So I will just copy this, and then I would come into here and I'll paste it in, because I know it's admin virtual assistant, right? Then the company is Ben Mario Consulting. Yeah. And then it's independent contract. So all I have to do is to change this Ben Mario Consulting to, let's say, was it just bold? Yeah, I think we just bolded it. Yeah. Okay, and then italicized it. So that solves the problem of this. And then we have here, so I'll just come over here, 2025, current, ongoing. It's ongoing, Abby?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, I have that one there. Then
I hope that ongoing will not prevent me from getting a job.
no, it won't. It's an independent contractor job, so it won't. So we have this over here, and then I'll just expand this for Canva to kind of give me what I'm looking for. So for this, I can see that it's already looking bigger than our space. So I might just have to like bring it down a bit, expand it, and then increase it back. And so this is just some of those things. Okay, there's a space here. So you can see that we already have this scattered. So I'll come back here, then I'll come over here. I'll have to ungroup this, and then so it's just all these micro adjustments that you are making that makes the whole job, you know. So if someone comes and see, because you always want to make sure that whatever you're presenting is looking, because even right from your portfolio, most clients might start to kind of judge your ability. So if you say, I'm good with Canva design, okay, fine. I'm looking at your portfolio. Does this look like a professional? Does it look like something that was done professionally with Canva? Those are the things that are looking out for. Okay, so this is where we stop now. We finished this one already. Our design is coming to life. Then for this, we don't really have much to do here. We don't really have much to do here. Still the same template. We've already done everything. So for this, I'll just come here and copy this. So Control C, Control V to paste it in. And then we change this to education and reduce this. So this, there's no need for us to have this here, so we'll delete it. Then this, we can move it over here. And probably make it like this. So I can increase this to match this.
Okay.
So this one doesn't really have much to do. It's okay like this. So it's okay like this. We don't have much, unless we want to add those three dots, which I don't think we'll have any need for that. We've already used it so much. I don't want this to be a bullet point.
Is it necessary?
So it's not really necessary. So we can move this down here and then move this. Okay, there's a space here. So I always click into this and delete the space. So it gives me room to move around all these things, but I want to align this to this. So I will just move it up a bit, better. So with this is done. You can see it's not even much of a work. Then we'll come over to this place. But before we do that, I want to duplicate this page. Then move it to the end. So it's going to be our call to action page. So you always want to have a call to action page. And sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so you always want to have like a call to action page like this. So with this call to action page, this is where we add you know, our contact info. So for this, I'll select this and then I'll move it up. And then I would do this. And then I'll move this too. I just want it to be right around here. There's something I'm going for this. So I would, this Q, I think it was 70. Yeah, so we just come back to this and then change it to 70. Now, this is a whole lot of skill, and probably, let me see what we've been working with here. I think it should be 30. Yes, it's 30. So we change this to 30. Let me see. And then change this to light.
Do I need to reduce?
He said, you need to.
Do I need to reduce it?
No, don't worry.
The scales.
No, don't worry. It's fine.
Reduce it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not much. By the time we are done with what we want to do. Okay. So I'll select everything. So this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would, from here, I would move that out, alternate, duplicate, select everything, sorry, and then paste in the other one. And okay, so okay, so while I have this, I would change this to align like this. So with this, we can do something like this. And then for this, now because of the positioning, you can see, I want this to be around here. See, the reason why I said I always like locking these things. So you see, you can see that I mistakenly dragged this instead of this.
Okay, if you want to edit it, one can go and unlock before editing.
Yes, you have to unlock before editing. So with this, I'll push this here. Then I might increase it a little bit. Then bring it down. So I might choose to do something like this. So just to have that our bullet, where is it? There's a place we have it at white. So I'll just Control C here and then come over here. Then I'll Control V. I might Control V 2 times. So remember, we have to ungroup and then start working on it. Okay. And then, so one of the things I like doing to save myself stress, so I might have to zoom in. because my mouse is messing up there. So I'll select this, and then select this. Control C, Control V. Then I would. So once I have this out, all I have to do is to select this, select this, select this, and then select this. I'll come to position, arrange. I think it's tidy horizontally. Yes. So space evenly, horizontally. That's what I'll select. Then I'll press Ctrl G to group, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste. And then I'll move this over to right about here. And then I would take it to the edge, then take it down a bit. Okay, so I think that this is better. So we have this, and then lastly this. Okay. Although your portfolio is going to look something totally different from this, right? Like for me, this place we have this project, I can insert a link. I can insert a link for you to be able to view this project in real time. That's if the project is, if I have a place, maybe for instance, I have like a website where I kind of created like a portfolio website. So I can add a link for you to view what I did on this. Now, besides all these things that I've done, I can add like a Google link for you to view the deliverables for this particular project. That can work. Or better still, you can also add it here. But this more or less looking like a CV to me. Yeah. It's more or less like a CV, kind of a templated CV or a CV for your presentation. I will show you the micro brief that we did kind of to introduce yourself. It's not necessarily a portfolio. I don't call it a portfolio, but you can attach it as part of your portfolio. So you already have this out. You can attach that one. So let me quickly finish up this and then show you what I mean. So for this is like the ending. Okay. So I'll change this to 70 instead of that, and I'll change this to 30 because, 430, sorry. Okay. So with this, I might put this over here. And then I might push this over here. So then I might just do this. Let me see. Okay, let me leave this here. Okay, so for this, I would want to duplicate this. And then I would say work with me and or contact us, anyone, but I love using work with me. It's kind of fun. So I would do this. Okay, so once I have work with me here, I'm going to come over here and I want to select this because I like this one. And I'm going to paste it in and I'm going to change the color of the font to white. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. And I'm going to make it 30. And then, of course, I'm going to ungroup. And I'm going to delete these ones. And I'm going to delete this. So these are kind of like the bullet points. That was what I deleted. I didn't change the color to white. That's why it was looking like there's nothing there. So this is currently 30, but I don't want it to be this long. I want it to be right around here. So work with me. We want to add your contact details. So first of all, we'll add your email. Then we'll add your phone number. Okay, I think I prefer working with icons. So email, phone number, and okay, let me do something here. Okay. So have something like this. I like bringing it down. And then we also have something like this. Let me just make this a bit bigger, or something like around there.
Have you included the email?
Yeah, I'm going to add that. So you're going to call it out for me and I'll add it. So, but before I do that, what I normally do is to come into graphic elements and then I'll look for phone. I'll look for phone icon. Okay, like this is where, it's just like a little graphic design thing. Most people don't necessarily under graphics. That's where you find it. So since it's a free Canva account, you want to look for the ones without the star. So this one works. So we'll just drag this in and then you can change the color, change this color to white. And then we change this one to purple, which is what we've been working with. So we'll just scale it down a bit. Okay. And we'll leave it there. That's for phone. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll search for email icon. Yes. So we search for email icon. And then we'd also search for, so let's look for something that works within the line of this. So another thing you should pay attention to is if you are going for this kind of graphics, you have to stick with it. If we're going for line graphics, which is this one here, we would stick with line graphics, but we are doing this bold color that has this thing inside that has like the icon inside it, so just around the circle. So what I normally do is you can use this one to like scale the other, right? So we have them right about the same scale. So I would put this one out here. And then I think that's right. So it's just phone number and email. Or is there then website? So if you have a website, then we'll add your website, right? So for now, since you don't have a website, there's no need for us to go looking for website. So once I have this out, I'm going to hold down alternate, drag this out, double click on it, add your phone number +234. And since it's Nigerian, please, you can call out your number for me, so I'll quickly edit, fill it in.
80
yeah
33
33
711 001.
Okay, fantastic. So we have this. It's correct, right?
Yes. I can't see it too.
Okay, I don't know if you can see it now.
I'm seeing it, but
don't worry.
8033711001. 8033711001. I'll see it clearer when I open the page.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I will group that. And then for the email, okay, before I group it, let me quickly duplicate this. Okay, sorry, just hold on a bit. Let me attend to something. Okay, I'm back. Can you still hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, please, sorry about that. Call your email quickly.
Edit Alisa. virtualassist@gmail.com.
Okay, so that's that. So what I would do is for this, and I'm going to, let me see if it's already aligned, because the other one is, okay, it's already aligned. So I'll just group it and I'll hold this
The part that extended to that
yeah
will be visible. The part that extended to that design.
I know it won't. So what I normally do is you can move it down this way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to align both. So now they are aligned. So what I can do is just to scale it down a bit. So once I have that, I can move this over to here. Then I can also move this right here. So I will still select both, and I will just move them down a bit. So it's this is like how I like walking around this. So for this, I would want the line to extend, since it leaves this particular stuff hanging. So I'll hold down Shift and drag the line to extend to right about here, and then I would leave it so it doesn't leave it hanging, floating. Okay, so looking for a professional executive assistant. Let me make the executive assistant bold.
Executive, okay.
Yeah. So looking for a professional executive assistant to help you handle the repetitive tasks while you focus on other important aspects of your business, then connect with me below to get started. So this is what I actually have. Although the skills here quite much, but there's nothing there. Like there's if I had more time to work on the graphics, there's a way I would have presented it. Like I'll have the skills and then I'll have like a bar where I have to like grade. That's a more advanced graphic design skill, but it makes a lot of sense, right? It also proves your design prowess. So most times when you are reaching out to clients that if are looking at the way you write, they're looking at your copy, they're looking at how you organize things, they're looking at how your graphic, your designs are, because they're trying to figure out, okay, does this person actually are they really what they say they are, or are they really who they say they are? Right. So these are things that they are kind of looking out for. And you as a person, someone that is into graphic design and all of that, you want to also make sure that you are able to show that off. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Ozoma, where are you? Come on, carry this baby.
Okay. I think with that now we are done with this, but so this is at a comfortable place for you now. Or do you have any question, any inputs?
I have questions so far.
Okay. Any input, any observation, anything that you feel we should do, or something you feel that we didn't really talk about?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so let me quickly show you. Now, for you to export this, if you're exporting as PDF, you have to click on share, and then you click on I think download. No, not download. Share design. Anyone with link can edit. Yes, I think it's under here. Yeah, download as PDF. Yeah, so you click on download. Yeah, PDF. So you see PDF. So you can choose to flatten PDF or yeah. So you will have to flatten it so that it exports everything on one page, right? And you want to make sure that the orientation is also this. Or you don't have to flatten this particular one. If you flatten it, it's going to have like a white layer above and below. So it's going to carry this background. Now what it's going to do is it's going to carry this orientation, and it's going to put it inside the A4, and you see the white space before the A4 and below the A4, right? So it doesn't really rotate, change the orientation. So what I normally do is you don't have to flatten, just leave it, right? But if you worked on a much like an A4 design, then you can flatten it and
download it like that.
Yeah, you just have to download it like that. You don't have to flatten it here. Just download it like this, and that's it. It gives you what you're looking for. So let me quickly show you the template I was talking about.
Where will it be? Where will it be if I download? Okay.
Inside your download folder. Yeah, inside your download folder. So this is kind of like a design.
Downloads.
Yes, inside downloads. Yes.
Okay, if I want to share it, can I share it?
You can share the link, yes. But if you want to share the link with a client, you want to make sure that if you are sharing the link, you say anyone with the link, not can edit now. You say can view. Do you get? Can view. So the person can view your design, but they can't edit it. So the reason why I'm able to work on this is because you gave me edit access. Look at it, can edit. Anyone with the link can edit. So then you copy the link. But what I normally tell people is you can share this as a PDF, download the PDF, then move it over to your Google Drive and then save it there. Then you can share the link on your Google Drive, or better still, you can share the PDF itself. Okay. Do you get?
Okay.
Yes, you can share the PDF itself. So that's what you do. I think, I don't know. I think this particular design. Okay, yes. Oh, this is the one I saved as a template. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Because this is not what I'm looking for. Okay, let me just quickly walk you through this one. So this is what I have. And it's 13 pages, so it's kind of a micro brief. I submitted for one digital marketing training I'm going through. So this is like the cover page. You can see my picture is not really there. Then you now have the next page, which is kind of welcome. Why you are seeing this Canva stuff is because it's made with Pro Elements. Okay, so just ignore it. It's made with Canva Pro Elements. Once I activate my subscription, all of these things will disappear. So for this, the prompts they gave us, because it's kind of like an assignment, so is that you have to like look for your social media followers, the number of followers count you have. Then we created a pie chart, or a pie chart rather, and then we had to like an infographics, or if you want just like general name. So you have welcome to my creative brief. My YouTube has about 846 persons as about when I created this. LinkedIn is about 1,341. Instagram, then automatically this kind of generated this charts, but I changed the color though. Then the next page you have is the next page is this about me. So Michael is an online business consultant and brand strategist. I help professional executives and SMEs monetize their knowledge, grow their audience, and increase their ROI by teaching them a smart way to start up and scale their business online using direct response sales system. So that's kind of like a general thing about me. So, and then the next page you have there is my educational background, right? So this stuff, I didn't really use this because it wasn't needed. But in terms of what you are going for, what we have now, this is where you can bring in educational background, just like the thing you were following too. And then I have this personal skills. Remember I told you something about skills. Now see how I organize this. I told this kind of the design I was telling you about, where you have like a line, and then you have pointers or sliders to show you where, at what level do I have. So I have graphic design, copywriting, email marketing, sales funnels. Now these are the tools that I use. So I kind of listed them out here. You know, you didn't really list out the tools that you use, right? So that's what I did there. I think that's what's missing on your own. Maybe we'll add it much later. You can also duplicate the page, then add the skills that you use. Now, the next thing after that is my work experience. Now, I didn't have to add this because it wasn't needed for the brief. Okay, so I kind of excluded this. And then this is my project portfolio. These links are where I added the portfolio items that I already have, the brands that I've worked for. And so you have to click. Yes, then this is where you kind of explain. And I think this is one thing that you have to do. So we pick out, now you already added it under your professional project, the name of the brand, and then what I worked on, which is where project one is kind of explaining what you worked on. And then the text is now going to say the places that you had the executed X command, you know, increase ROI by 50% through targeted detailed targeting using Facebook advertising, you know, all those kind of things, like the tags that you created. That's where this lorem ipsum test, that's what lives there. And the second project is here. Then the third project, you know, just like that. But you already have the link. Remember, we have the link here to the different projects. So this might be a link to a Google folder, a Google Drive folder that contains all the deliverables for the project. Now, this is going to be like summary for each of the projects that I did. Okay. Now, so anytime I'm working, now this project, one of the things that I love about creating projects like this on Canva or portfolio like this is that the link is live. They call them interactive PDFs. which means you can click on the link. So you can always tell them that the links on the PDF is clickable. So for them to know that, oh, you can click on this link. And this is where you put that stuff, maybe right under here or here. You can tell them, click on any of the buttons below, right? So click on any of the buttons below, because this is kind of like a button. So you can just tell them,
just tiny button.
Yeah, let them just click on it, click on any, and it will take them to the project. And then after that, you now have, okay, for this one, this is one of the things that was there. So what career pathway are you trying to build? You know, this is kind of a brief about you. So you're briefing someone, or if you want to know everything about me, go through this, right? So it's kind of a brief. And then we have these kind of partnerships. What are the people that you want to work for? You see here, I would love to use my experience and skills to help the foreign brand achieve their strategic goals. I'm looking at working with acquisition.com, King Kong, or MP Digital. These are digital marketing platforms, by the way. And I think acquisition.com is by Alex Homozy, and it's a very good one. Like, if you want to understand business in terms of, you know, leveraging, like everything about business, because they what they normally do is that they acquire businesses and then they scale them. So it's more like a private equity brand or a portfolio company. So, and then after that, you see, I use this, let's work together, looking forward to helping you make the change the world deserves. And I added my phone number here, and I added this and then this. I think one of the things I didn't show you was that I have like a USP, which is kind of a unique selling proposition, which is kind of also what I call like my tagline. I have two. So this is the one I use for my online stuff. You can see tagline here. Don't just get online, get noticed. So this is kind of what I normally use for any content that I'm doing that has to do with, you know, business, digital marketing, sales, you know, marketing, anything that has to do with online business, right? So I have a different one that has to do with mindset, that has to do with relationships, and that's like don't just now, you know, go out there and make a difference. So these are kind of like the two taglines I use. So it's also a good thing for you to like come up with your own tagline, and I think that's that. So this the template that I told you that I created, something similar to this. Then I have some other, I think that's that. So this is kind of the one that someone worked on, a friend. So I think this is mine. So this is what it looked like, right? So let me just quickly show you, and that would be that. So this is what it looked like when I was done with it. It's just about 5 pages. So it's just about either 5 or 7 pages. I can't really remember. So we have this, then we have this, which is the page. Remember, I told the infographic is still loading. Then we have this, and then skip to personal skills and tools. Then career pathway. You can see I didn't add education. I didn't add portfolio because it wasn't really needed. Then partnerships, and then let's work together. Because this was what the assignment actually wanted us to do. Just those few things, right? So, but I created the whole one. So if you check on your account, these changes that I made here should have been effected on your account. Because it says all changes saved.
Yes.
So you should have effected on your account. So I don't know, do you have any other questions? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now.